Shirshendu Roy, here to tell you my story about how cricket changed my life beyond the boundary. Not a very different story, pretty much like all of you out here. Put loads of cream on my cheek because I didn't know what zinc is. I wanted to be Donald. Put all that cream, tried to, copy him. I didn't know what spit and sweat do to the cricket ball, but that was a season ball. Obviously, I didn't have the season ball. I did that to the tennis ball, did that to the plastic ball. No effect at all. Now, if I tell you I did this, you all did this. We all did the famous duck and tuck of the Master Blaster. So, what happened really is in 2003 and 2004, I was at this inter-school cricket tournament and I was at the boundary line, obviously, because had I been good enough, I wouldn't have been here because I would have been on the other side. Everybody else would have been talking about me. Tanya would have gotten a picture with me. Not the case. I'm on this side of the boundary, not good enough to be on the field. And there's a junior next to me. I remember his name, Saurav, and I'm like, कौन कर रहा है यार ये announcement mic पे score वगैरह बता रहे इससे तो कई गुना better मैं कर सकता हूँ. Obviously, so many years of doing commentary inside the drawing room, I didn't know that junior actually, I still curse him. He went up to that small space where commentary was being done, and all of a sudden I'm hearing this groggy voice, Shirshendu Roy, if you can hear me, can you come up to the stage? And I'm petrified. What was one inside joke is now made a joke of me in the outside world. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing my school friend playing there. In my head, there is so much of, flashbacks happening because I've been doing commentary about Indian captain, about Indian players. And then I see my friend Chandan Das coming into bowl, left arm orthodox. Chandan Das, the Indian captain, coming into bowl here. And that's a beautiful delivery. In my mind, correction, Chandan Das, tum Indian captain kab ban gaye, bhai? And I totally, went zoop. And then obviously after that laugh, I went on to do commentary for more and more games at that inter-school cricket tournament. And obviously this was at a cost. I'll come to that cost later. But then there was one incentive, one very big incentive. Every year at the final of that tournament, there would be one India cricketer who would come. And as commentators, you get that immediate access, right? So I'm here interviewing that cricketer. So what I would do is pull the best commentary that I'd ever done to make sure that, all those lines would happen then. And I would be praying, ki, bhaiya, ek chakka maar do, so that I can say, oh, that's a big shot, that's going, and gone. Bye-bye ball. Then, I would cycle my way up from this quaint little town of Cuttack to Bhubaneswar, 30 kilometers apart. Club cricket used to be a very big culture in Cuttack and Bhubaneswar. So then, I had my parents, my, relatives, my friends, my school teachers, my tuition teachers, all of them questioning me with one line. Why are you doing this? In return for what? My answer was in return for a meal, sir. So in Cuttack, commentary is an unknown entity, right? So in return for what? For a meal. What was that meal? Bhatto, dalma, alu bhaja. So that's what I used to get. So it was not paid. So that is what happened. I get this call from the leading single sport app in the world back in 2006. And they tell me, hey, Sesh, we found your clippings and some articles about you, about this young boy doing commentary in Odisha. Would you be keen to do text commentary? I was like, what is text commentary? Commentary is this, you speak. Commentary is this, what you hear. What is text commentary? But then it has commentary, right? So commentary sun liya to bas ho gaya. Next moment, I am on this flight. All of a sudden, in a couple of weeks' time, at the age of 18 years and 13 days, I find myself doing text commentary on the first ever international match for myself. So this was South Africa tour of Sri Lanka, the first test match. And I do commentary on this test match. And this was the first of many more to come. After that, obviously, the T20 World Cups followed, the Indian T20 League, domestic matches, international matches, so much followed. I didn't have a computer at home, cyber cafe, 40 rupees an hour. So made that email ID, sirsh.here@gmail.com, went back to invoices, checked. The number that it stood at was somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 matches that I might have done commentary. And it's our tagline as well. We very proudly at decreasing productivity at workplaces since 2004. तो आप यहाँ खुश हो रहे हो, निकम्मा तो हम बना रहे हैं. We are typing it out every wall, 60, 70, 80 words per minute. Tagadak, 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 that, just like a horse riding thing, the keyboard is going. And all of a sudden, I hear that, I've been compared to a DTV operator. Even after, doing so many matches, I got a picture with Mr. Bhogle. अब हमारे देश में अगर तेंदुलकर बनने का सपना खत्म हो जाता है तो भोगले बनने का सपना शुरू होता है. मेरा भी वही सपना था. And that picture remained my cover pic on Facebook for the longest possible time till obviously marriage happened and priorities changed. And you have to prove your loyalties to your wife. So now it's me and my wife on the cover picture for the longest time. So from there, of course, the journey went on. Obviously, text commentary, audio commentary. Then, I thought, ठीक है, एक कमरे से कमेंट्री कर रहे हैं, बहुत सारी कमेंट्री कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, डीटीपी ऑपरेटर बोल रहे हैं, प्लेयर से मिल रहे हैं, हीरो से मिल रहे हैं, अपने सपने के नजदीक जा रहे हैं, अब क्या? And then I thought I'll get closer to the game. I'll get closer to the boundary line. I would tell stories that a lot of my age group or say my people from my town are not getting access to. So I got into the editorial team, went out reporting, traveled the length and breadth of the country in search of stories, did a lot of player interviews that the players themselves remember me for now as well. Lots of breaking news, lots of stories. Then got into the video team, made videos, made video series, went to the World Cup in England, which obviously is a big, big bucket list, right? Going to England, watching cricket. I got to watch the 2019 World Cup, paid vacation, doing lots of video shows. And I'm sure you would remember that, having watched that on the website. Now I've done all of that, gone to the World Cup and done this and done that, achieved so much, or in my head, okay, I have to get close to the game. Again, that question arises, okay, in return, for what? Is this the ultimate goal? Now what happened was, I'm producing these video series and I'm talking cut to 2019 second half after the World Cup. The contracts being handed over to the cricket experts at our platform are being vetted by me. I'm trying to identify the best voices in the country, in the world, to onboard them on our company so that they will provide you the best of analysis. So the people that you see on are kind of, handpicked by me. So the heroes that you see, the heroes that I had, I'm now trying to figure out, okay, this hero is going to fit into our content and let's do some great, compelling content. All of a sudden, I'm not seeing them on the TV, I'm seeing them right next to me. We're watching the same game together, analyzing the same game. Sir, ये वाला point जो यहाँ green room में बोल रहे हैं, ये जरूर studio में बोलना, ये सही चलेगा, ये वाला point सही रहेगा. Now, all these cricketers जो सारे TV में थे, अचानक से बाहर आ गए हैं. 2023 के World Cup final, 19th of November, I put out this Instagram story. I put out this Instagram story on the 19th of November 2023, World Cup final, India-Australia, of a picture with Viru on my left, Zach on my right, Nehra ji on further right, and the caption went, watching the 2023 World Cup final with the hope of an encore of the 2011 World Cup with the men who know a thing or two about winning that World Cup. So all of a sudden, the heroes were right next to me. Now, how many Cuttack boys or how many boys and girls from the quaint little towns of our country would actually see this dream all of a sudden becoming a reality? I had such bosses, I still have those bosses, who punted on an Indian 18-year-old boy to make sure that the commentary comes out right on the platform. I have a family which supports me. I have, terrific colleagues who make life easy. At the same time, I would say that, no dream is too big. I mean, just dare to dream. It doesn't matter whether you are from a small town or not. They say cricket is a funny old game. It's not. Cricket is not a funny old game. Cricket is a game which teaches you to lose, but not be a loser at the same time. Cricket teaches you the hard lessons that, play out of your skin, seek those opportunities, go for those opportunities, try and make them count. That is what, I think I've done. But the story that I told you right now is the story that is not very dear to me. The dearer story is now. This is what, Feb? We are getting into March next month. If I go to Cuttack in March 2024, I pass by that ring road with the Bhuvananda Odisha School of Engineering ground on the left, where that inter-school cricket tournament where I started off from. I would cross that, and I kid you not, there would be a lot of unfamiliar voices doing commentary there, and nobody in Cuttack is ever going to ask them, what was this for, in return for what? Me, along with a few colleagues, have made sure that the template has been set. Commentary is not unachievable. We can definitely, get there. So I would say keep dreaming, and nothing is impossible, really. Thank you so much.